So I'm back after a disconnection. Of course, it's happened a lot of times. The game just kicks me out of the lobby, but I'm back and hopefully it's not gonna happen again today. Thankfully, it was during qualifying. And well, Standing Creep has been able to move himself up into P3, Jan has gone up into P4, and Mash into P5, and look at the gap, it's really close between all of these guys. And well, Slippery Cucumber hasn't done another lap after the one he did previously, and for some reason Arietta, Bialo, Teos and Vapor have not set a lap at all at the moment. Still with 4 minutes and a half to go. Arietta is coming here for another first flying lap. Bialo is on an out lap. I saw him on track before, so same as Zeus. And now Bialo goes up into 10th fastest, just 1 tenth behind Equasar. Oh, and he spin it, but he already completed his lap, so it's not a problem. And Teos and Vapor still in the pit lane. Arietta currently on an out lap still. And now starts his flying lap. Oh, and Arietta seems to have invalidated because he has slowed down, and yeah, he has invalidated. But I think he has enough fuel in the car to go for another run. Oh, he's gonna off-road and crashing the wall. I guess if that was in rage, I think probably it's really difficult to lose the car that way. Or actually, what happened there? Well, he has to be careful now with rejoining the track. And Arietta has DNF'd. So he's gonna be starting this race from the back of the grid. 1 minute to go, and who is gonna take pole position? I think that question is not really one to ask. It's more possibly gonna be Slippery Cucumber taking pole position. And we've got a comment in the commentary box, which I will be reading later after the we'll be reading it after the qualifying is over. So Yanni currently on a flying lap coming into the start of sector 1, and now is gonna come into the first DRS zone. This is gonna be the final run for Yanni today. Really good qualifying session at the moment for both Alfa Romeo drivers, and actually losing some time there in sector 1. Following Yanni, who is gonna go to Cobbs, and qualifying is over. We keep following Yanni, who's the first man in line. They're on a flying lap at the moment. Wesley Santana's also DNF session. Now Theos and Vapor got a set of laps, especially Theos, who we know has the pace to battle up front. So it won't be good if he has to start this race from behind. Actually, Yanni improving 1/10 there. Gets a purple sector 2, though, you know, 1/10 is not going to be enough to defeat Cucumber. But we'll have to see how good this final sector is going to be for him. And down into second gear he goes. Nice exit off the final corner. Oh, but he has a little slide there. He has a little slide. He's going to go up into P2. Maybe without the slide, he could have even tried to go for P1. Who knows? Thales goes 5th fastest, 27.3. Standing Crib also coming in the line. That's Vapor, who has a lap of 28.1. Standing Crib comes in the line, and it's gonna be a P3 for Standing Crib. Can't defeat Yanni. Archives goes second fastest, 27.0. And Slippery Cucumber improves 3/10. Mega pole lap there by Cucumber, 26.6. And yeah, it's gonna take pole position by 4/10. Unless someone else can do something. Actually, the Echo Star comes in the line, but just to defeat Joseph Westerman. And it's Cucumber who's in pole position. Once again, I've lost the count of how many poles he has already this season. And we're gonna go now in the commentary box to read. And yeah, 4/10 ahead of Archives is a big up. Actually, Theos comes in the line and takes P3. I didn't see that. Possibly was a very late minute. And Equasar says in the commentary box, I very off pace today. So, well, is that true? Well, actually, in qualifying, yes, I sadly have to say 1 second behind Cucumber. It's a very big gap. So, but I think if you keep it consistent in the race, you can do a really good job, mate. I mean, it's not over. It's a long way to go through the race. So, I think saving a good result is going to be the best thing for you to do. Just take it easy, and don't make mistakes. And yeah, I think you can have a really good result at the end. And coming into the formation lap, what's the weather for today's race? Is it dry? Is it wet? It's totally dry and probably not gonna rain at all. So just in time to see the strategies of all the drivers in the grid today. Waiting for the race to start now. And who I think is gonna win, definitely Cucumber, if of course no weird stuff happens through this race. I think he has a big advantage there to easily win this race like he did in Canada last weekend, and it would be the 5th win of the season out of 6 races if he does. Well, 20 seconds to get started with the formation lap. Who's gonna win today? We'll find out. So the strategy here I think is pretty obvious. Medium, hard, medium. You can try maybe risk a medium hard in case of an early safety car. Could play a really good trick there because tires last hards kind of make it to the end on this track. So let's check the tire strategies. It's the top 5 on the hards, Thales on the mediums, then till top 10. The top 10 except Thales is on hards. Bialo on P11 is on mediums, and yeah, he's looking for one of his blasting starts. Vapor and Black Ball above Alpha Taurus and Hearts. Wesley on mediums, Disao and Arietta on hard. So it's just 3 drivers on the medium tire, which would be Thales, Vialo and Wesley Santana. Well, it's gonna be an interesting turn 1 for sure. Cucumber just needs to get a good start and he will hold Archives behind. I think if he can get clear to turn 1, he can just start pulling away. Not sure if Archives can have maybe the pace to stick to the back of Slippery Cucumber or not. And actually I have to say I'm very surprised by Yane defeating Standing Crib and Thales, both very quick drivers. Yane also showing a really solid pace on this track today. I could maybe also have to say was expecting more from Max and Nick Pipa. But definitely the race, as I said, is long and many things can happen, so don't discard these guys. And I think we can have also see a really good drive from Arietta starting from the back like it happened in Portimao. I think it can maybe aim, who knows, maybe a top 5. Drivers coming into the grid to take their slots. Cucumber is gonna start on pole position, followed by Archives, followed by Theos and Yanni on P4. Standing Crib, we have to keep an eye on Thales, who's on the medium tires. I think it can well be a really interesting start of this race. Drivers taking their spots in the grid. Vapor has been disqualified, that's not going to help at all in his start. And Arietta, the last driver to take a spot on the grid, and we getting ready to get going with the British Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go, and Cucumber has got a really good start there on the front. And look at the Mercedes of Theos actually losing places there. He's gonna go with Yanni alongside there, and Theos is off. Theos is quickly off into turn 1, and Thales gets a penalty for a collision with Theos actually there and gets a 5-second penalty. Yeah, that wasn't the ideal start for both Theos and Thales. I guess it was the collision between these two. Cucumber leads, and Standing Crib has got a really good start there, moving himself up into second place of the race. Archives in third. Archives attacking, Yanni attacking Archives there by the outside. They leave enough room to each other. Yes, they do. There goes Yanni trying to take a place. Oh, and Slippery Cucumber has lost the lead of the race to Standing Crib. Slippery Cucumber loses the lead of the race, and Yanni is gaining the place, gaining there on Archives. He's gonna take the place there into Cop's corner and sits behind of his team, and now it's Slippery Cucumber's job to attack Standing Crib. Standing Crib got a mega star there. Equastar also mega star, getting ahead of Nick Pipa and Joseph. Also done a really good job there, and that start I have to say was a bit chaotic there. And yeah, especially for Thales, for Theos, who lost the most, and Match also seen us falling down into last, and Arietta once again, a really good job, already up in P10 of the race. Standing Crib leads the pack, followed by Slippery Cucumber, followed by Yanni. Standing Crib will try and do his best. I think he started on P5 and currently sits on the lead of the race, but well, that P5 doesn't maybe could mean that he doesn't have the pace, but Silverstone is not the easiest track to overtake, so Thales getting behind Sao. Thales now in the medium tires. The medium tire really didn't work the best there at the start of the race. They're locking a bit his tires, and Theos, we'll have to find out what happened exactly with Theos there. Standing Crib leads the race, followed by Slippery Cucumber, followed by Yanni. There's a yellow flag. I think that's Arietta. That's Arietta who went off there and is down into P14 of the race. Been currently attacked by Theos, and I think he's not going to even try to defend this one. Theos is clearly faster into the corner. Picks up the place on Arietta, and now, well, here comes Max. Well, it's been a really tricky race, I gotta say. Really tricky. Black Bala battling Thales there before Cop's corner. Well, Standing Crib holding into the lead of the race by now. DRS hasn't been enabled yet. And once again, it's a really good drive in there by the Alpha team, and Arietta gets ahead of Theos once again. Arietta doing a really good job there. already ahead of Theos. Once again, we take that place. Not sure if that was a mistake by Theos or not. But anyway, Arietta has got ahead. Wesley Santana making up some places on the medium tires. I don't know if maybe some of these penalties are gonna get removed. And oh, that's Nick FIFA off. That's Nick FIFA spinning there and loses places down into last place of the race. That actually could cost him the. Well, it's might be costful there for his charge into trying to take that second place in the standings. And now here comes the battle between Cucumber and Standing Crew. The question is, how much can Standing Crew pull into that lead of the race? I think Slippery Cucumber is going to come really strong now. But thanks to Standing Crew leading this, the pack is really close. That means he is not pushing at all. And Cucumber is just trying to sit there down at the back of his in the DRS train. Actually, if there would be a safety car right now, I have to say that Wesley, I think, will be in a really good position to pit for hearts and go to the end of the race. Because, you know, this pit lane is very long. Also would benefit Bialo and Talus, of course, the three medium runners. Mash having a battle here with Arietta coming into Cop's corner. And there goes Mash, stays ahead of Arietta there. Slippery Cucumber deploying now his ERS, Standing Crib using a bit of his to stay in that lead of the race. I think Cucumber is just sitting there waiting for Standing Crib to use absolutely all of his ERS, and then we'll try and get that move done. Really interesting battles going on here in the midfield. Tails getting ahead of Sao, and Mash and Arietta and Nick FIFA now battling here. I think Arietta is having a really roller coaster race. First he was tense, then he fell down, then he overtook Tails, then Tails overtook him again. Oh, what was that? What was that? He put him in the wall there. I guess it's definitely gonna be a penalty. It's probably gonna be a penalty. So it didn't look good at all. But you see how I think Tails slammed Mash into a wall there. And there goes Tails sending a dive down the inside. And is picking up the place ahead now. Oh, that's a slide there by Arietta. Arietta slides it. There comes Nick FIFA. Sao, Mash, who will have to come in the pit lane there. Arietta not having a really enjoyable drive on that Red Bull. Standing Crib leading the race, saving a bit of his CRS. Talus battling against Bialo. This is an interesting battle to see, of course. Bialo and Talus have their story. Well, we saw Morocco defeating Brazil in the friendly game. In this case, well, Bialo hasn't been able to defeat Talus, Brazilian driver, against the driver from Morocco. But can he retake that place here in the DRS zone? Here comes Bialo, but he thinks he's not gaining that much from Talus. Talus isn't deploying too much of his DRS as well. Well, these two have their story, as I said. Bialo's cutting corners. Bialo's cutting corners there. Well, Standing Crib keeps leading this race, followed by Slippery Cucumber. Mash has come into the pit lane for placing that front wing. He's gonna go mediums to the end of this race. Can he do it though? Is the question. Standing Crib leads 3 times ahead of Slippery Cucumber. Oh, that's a yellow flag. That's Bialo. I think he's lost it. Is he stuck? Is Bialo stuck actually? Or is he waiting? I think he might be stuck. I think he possibly is stuck there. Yeah, he's been disqualified for parking the car in a very dangerous location. Yeah, ridiculous game thing, but yeah, it happened. Bialo is out of the race, unfortunately. Archives getting ahead of Yane there, but Yane is... what happened there? Yane lost a lot there, and he's been put under pressure by Equator now. Did he actually lost pace, or did he make a mistake maybe? Equator coming at the back of Yane. Is he gonna try and send that move? Well, not a good moment for the Alfa Romeo team. Well, just for Yane, I think, actually. Standing Crib is deploying a lot of CRF compared to Slippery Cucumber, but this is giving us a really exciting race to watch, I have to say. Here comes Slippery Cucumber at the back of Standing Crib. Standing Crib not even deploying the CRS. Nick Fifth and Tails having a battle there coming into turn 1. Oh, that was close between the two drivers. Tails coming there on the inside. Nick FIFA trying to get this move done. And Equasar, who said he didn't have the pace, is now holding really good with the pace on Yane here. Slippery Cucumber still bothering the Standing Crib a lot at the moment. Standing Crib deploying ERS, and yeah, I think this can cost him against the other drivers as well later on this race. Because, well, he's using a lot of veteran action, and I forget what I said, Archives is in 0% or 10% ERS. Yane is half ERS. Equator is also with very low ERS, same as Joseph. And Wesley has also almost none. So, it's not a really bad situation. Here comes Slippery Cucumber trying to get the move done on Standing Crib. He's gonna try it all the way by the outside. The Standing Crib gonna send it to defend here in the inside line. Yes, he does. Good defensive move there by Standing Crib, but this is costing him ERS as well. Meanwhile, Slippery Cucumber is not trying to not deploy ERS at all. Here comes Yanni once again at the back of Archives, trying to retake that third place of the race. Slippery Cucumber is gonna think about the move down the inside there. No, he knows he's got the pace advantage. He knows he is possibly gonna get him anyway later. The battle for the lead is really close. Actually, Standing Crib of Job here has given us a really entertaining race to watch. If not, I think Cucumber would already be pulling away by a lot of time here. There goes Yane down the inside, retakes the place on Archives. Mega job there by Yane. Really good job there. Wesley Santana is now losing time against Joseph Vesely. He is really close to losing that DRS range. Callis is also losing time to Vapor. Does he have any damage, I asked? No, actually, I think doesn't feel really comfortable with the car. And there's a yellow flag. That is an Alpine. I think that's Tisao, but quickly rejoins. Quickly retakes the racing line. Standing Crib leads, followed by Slippery Cucumber. Standing Crib using a lot of his CRS to hold that lead of the race. Meanwhile, Slippery Cucumber comfortably there, sitting at the back just with full ERS. Zeus making the move on Black Ballad here. Of course, he has a pace advantage on him. I want to know what happened between Tails and Talis in the start of the race. I'm kind of curious about it. And Nick FIFA making the move on Black Ball as well. Also having the pace advantage. Nick FIFA needs to try and save as much points as possible, as the Alpha team are now in a really good score. And are completely defeating Ferrari today, which, yeah, is definitely going to cost for the championship. 4 point the gap at the moment between Alpha and Ferrari. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. Who is that? That is Vapor. That is Vapor off. But quickly rejoins the track behind his teammate Black Baba. And yeah, Slippery Cucumber, as I said, I think is just sitting there, letting Standing Crib deploy all of his battery. Meanwhile, he saves it all. And actually, both of these drivers already starting to build a gap against Yane. Standing Crib will have to deploy a bit more, I think, in the straight to hold Slippery Cucumber behind. Will he, though? Currently not deploying. Cucumber is sitting there comfortably. Standing Crib, once again, not deploying ERS, but Cucumber breathing there right at the back of him. I think Cucumber just wants to make this race interesting by sitting there behind Standing Crib. But yeah, both drivers doing a really good show. Standing Crib leads into lap 9 of the race, being put up under a lot of pressure by Slippery Cucumber. And Vapor has retired from the race in the pit lane. think Standing Crib maybe knows Cucumber is not trying to attack, so he is just trying to save his CRS then. The Standing Crib has have a chance of winning this race maybe if he plays some mind games against Slippery Cucumber here. Actually, Cucumber is deploying now some of that battery. Maybe he will try and go for the move this time into the next DRS zone. He's actually really close to the back of Standing Crib, really close. Yeah, he's going for it now. He's gonna try and take that place from Standing Crib. He's gonna go all the way by the outside. Can Standing Crib do anything about it? Tries to defend, but no. Slippery Cucumber moves into the lead of the race. Cucumber now leads this race ahead of Standing Crib, takes the lead of the race in lap 9. Really good job there by Slippery Cucumber. Actually took his time and yeah, let Standing Crib behind. And now maybe in position for Yanni to attack him. Could this be the team strategy maybe for a 1-2 today? Theo's getting ahead of Thales. Thales is coming into the pit. No, actually has to stop due to being on the medium tires. Has to go into the hards. Definitely not the right strategy in the end. And Slippery Cucumber now starting to pull away from Standing Crib. Standing Crib now on DRS range. Just gonna try and stick as much as time as possible at the back of Slippery Cucumber. Thales coming out of the pit lane. Where is he gonna come out? No, he's still changing, I think, tires. He's gonna be behind or ahead of Mash is the question. I think at this moment it's gonna probably be ahead of Mash. And Theo's 10 seconds behind Mash's Punic. And quickly retakes control. Actually, maybe Mash was gonna be ahead of Thales. But Thales, well, comes out on those cold hard tires. And Theo's now almost 10 seconds behind Wesley Santana, but I think he can maybe try and chase him to the end of the race. Probably not anything more than that. Maybe a P7 is what can Theos expect the most on the rest of this race. And Cucumber leads 7/10 ahead of Standing Crib, then comes Yanni, then comes Sarkaps, then comes Equasar, then comes Joseph Vesely. All of them sticking into the DRS lane. Maybe can Standing Crib think about an undercut against Slippery Cucumber. I think that could well be an interesting tactic there if he wants to give it a go. I gotta say, really not much to watch on the race at this precise moment. Because Slippery Cucumber is easily holding into that lead of the race. And now, Standing Crib drops the DRS, and actually, Yanni is now in a really good position to attack him. You have to remember that in quali, Yanni finished ahead of Standing Crib. So now in the race, he can also think of having better pace than the McLaren driver. Standing Crib deploying, also trying to defend himself against Yanni. Yanni is coming all the way by the outside. Standing Crib takes a really good defensive line there. But can Yanni try and take the place here down the inside? Actually no. He sends it all the way by the outside. Can he get this move done there in the chicane? They make a bit of contact there. That is gonna give a lot of trouble there also to Archives, who might have wing damage for that. And Equasar moves up a place due to all this battling. And yeah, here comes Yanni. Sends a dive down the inside against Standing Crib. And this has, look at how much time has Slippery Cucumber gained with this. He's gained 3 seconds from Standing Crib. And yeah, Slippery Cucumber now can drive a really comfortable race. All this battling has made the pack get much closer. And Archives loses a car there. Archives loses a car on his own there. And well, that's a very bad mistake there. Brown, the Williams driver rejoins the track. He's just gonna join just ahead of Theos, I think. still around 3 seconds ahead of Theos, but can keep going on this race. Yane, I think, will try and be a bit patient there in trying to attack Standing Crib. As you saw, he defended really hard his position. I think maybe Yane can try an undercut, why not? Maybe can save him the trouble of trying to battle Standing Crib here. As you can see how much time has costed him. But he's staying out, trying to stay out there. And Equator, who said he didn't have the pace, well, look at it now, he's showing a really solid pace. Archives gets a 5-second time penalty for spitting in the pit lane. And look at how much ERS Yane has saved. Arieta gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Here comes Sao. And Archives on fresh medium tires to go to the end of the race. Oh, Thales spun it. Thales has spun it there. But it can definitely keep going on. Gets overtaken by Max there. Yane still saving his CRS. I think he could well aim for an undercut on this lap. Medium should definitely make it 13 laps to the end if he wants to avoid battling Standing Crib. But I'm not sure if he might come with traffic. Well, Archive just come. Maybe he could met with Sao. But I think Yane is trying to extend here. He's not going in the undercut. Equastar or Joseph could well play an undercut. And there goes Joseph. He is playing the undercut. Really good strategy, really good thinking there by Joseph Vesely. Comes into a pit lane for a set of medium tires. Well, Yane is still preparing himself for an attack against Standing Crib. Where is Joseph gonna come out? I think behind. He's gonna come ahead or behind Wesley? That's the question. I think he was ahead of Wesley. Oh, and Thales is out. He's crashed it out, and that actually can change this whole race if it brings out a safety car. But thankfully it hasn't. Thales crashes out. Where is Joseph? He is 2 seconds ahead of Wesley. Cold mediums, yes, but well, they're not that hard to warm up, and we'll shortly start gaining time on Sao. There's a yellow flag. Is that? Who is that? Is it Archives? Yes, it is Archives. Not feeling comfortable with the car at all today, Archives. And Yane gets the move done on... No, actually Standing Crib is in the pit lane. Standing Crib comes into a pit lane, and I think this is the moment for Yane to push. And maybe try and play the overcut if he thinks that can work. Equastar is in as well, same as Seo, same as Nick FIFA. Everyone is making their stops now. Now we gotta see where Joseph is gonna come out compared to all this pack. To play the undercut. This is gonna work for him the way he wants to. Both Standing Crib and Equastar coming out of the pit lane. Joseph is coming quick as well, but he's come behind both of them. He's come behind both of them. And Archives has retired from the session in the pit lane. Joseph undercut didn't work, but now with the cold tires of Equastar and Standing Crib, can Joseph do something against them here? I think at this point, possibly not. They already possibly had enough time to warm up those tires. Well, Yane is staying out, so is he coming in this lap? Oh, he spins! Yanni makes a mistake there at 360. Yeah, Yanni is messed it up there, and he wants to carry on. He wants to carry on this race. Well, it's not something usual to see Yanni making mistakes. But well, today he has just made one. Yeah, not something typical to see from Yanni. That's gonna cost him some time. Equostar trying to battle standing with Joseph Wesley, gets to move Ghana to Sao. Also, that's gonna give Joseph the place against Yanni, and that means Ferrari is scoring more points than one Alpha. So maybe it's not a big hit, but still subtract the gap, subtract the points they would have gained without Yanni's mistake. Joseph doing his best to catch up with Aquastar and Standing Grid. I think at the end Aquastar could end this race in the podium. And Cucumber is finally coming into the pit lane with a comfortable advantage. Standing Grid gets a penalty that might make him lose the place against Aquastar. Cucumber going for medium tires. Yanni is pitting as well. This is double stack for the Alpha drivers. Where is Yanni gonna come out? And for some reason it's delayed, or I think it's a glitch. And Yanni comes out of the pit lane behind Wesley Santana. So I think he can at least retake the place against Wesley, because he's on the fresh medium tires, but it's gonna be tricky to try and retake that podium. But well, at least he has a bit fresher tires. Oh, that's a puncture for Arrieta, and with just 16 laps, he's managed to get one. He's gonna let Standing Grid go, he's gonna let Equostar go. And keeps going on, he's gonna have to get into the pit lane as soon as he can. Really fair play there by Arrieta, leaving everyone through without giving them any trouble at all. I think he probably didn't found the setup today for this race. He's gonna try and come into the pit lane as soon as possible. Is Yanni gonna catch before he comes into the pit lane, or it is already in? It's already in the pit lane. Oh, he spins there, but will manage to